Hi and welcome back. I'm Marisa Ferger, Rob Lydick. Next to me here, we have snuck in because today is one of our favorite days of the year. Hard to get into a little bit with the weather outside, although that open sort of got me in the mood.
Yeah, with the summer feel outside, I'm afraid that you might pull a Frosty on us, Marisa, and melt away with your beautiful snowflake dress. But we always are excited about this annual tradition here on Weather World, and it's a chance for you at home to actually play the role of a forecaster.
That's right. It's our annual Snowflake contest. It's where we make forecasts for cities across the state of Pennsylvania. Rob will join us in just a moment to tell us a little bit more. But first, what cities are we talking about? We go from the northwest, Erie and Bradford, to the southwest, Pittsburgh, State College, Williamsport and Harrisburg in central Pennsylvania, Scranton, Allentown, and Philadelphia in eastern Pennsylvania. So you have 9 chances to win this contest. What are the rules? However, we need rules in every contest. And first of all, you need to forecast the date of the first 1-inch snowfall in each of those 9 cities. And the winning forecast must be submitted at least 7 days before that event occurs. We also require that all forecasts be submitted by the end of this month, so close of business on October 31st, and you can submit 1 forecast for each of those 9 cities. And here's the exciting part. If you get the correct forecast date or nearest to the correct date, we will announce your name on air sometime shortly after that date occurs. But if you are the person who made that forecast for the correct date the earliest, you will win a swag prize pack. We'll tell you a little bit more about what those prizes are in just a little bit. But first, we'll send it over to Rob, who's going to give us just a few hints on how we can make our forecasts.
Yeah, so this is a chance for you to play the role of forecaster. And Marisa, as we know, it's not easy to make a forecast, especially when you're talking about several months out. So I thought I would start with a recap of the snow season that was, or if you're a snow lover like myself, wasn't. It was once again a bit of a dud with not too many big snowstorms. I think one of the biggest storms we had last season in State College was about 5 inches just before the holidays, the flash freeze that followed, but otherwise it was a pretty inactive snow season. So we're looking at the accumulated snowfall amounts here from the end of September through the end of May, and this green shading here in parts of the Central Mountains indicates where anywhere from about 20 to 30 inches of snow fell. In the State College area, that actually equated to about 24 inches of snow for the overall season. A bit more closer to the Lake Erie shoreline, but for the most part, the lake effect snow machine once again really didn't get cranking despite the fact that we saw very little ice coverage over Lake Erie last season. Pittsburgh picking up about 17 inches for the overall season, less as you make your way southeast of the mountains. In fact, Philadelphia did not even report 1 inch of snow, not just on a single calendar day, but for the entire season. I never even sent out the prize pack last year because the city never actually fell in our contest. When you look at the departure from the 1991 to 2020 climate normals, everybody was below average for the season. This lighter shade of yellow, 0 to 20 inches below average, but the deeper shade of yellow, 20 to 40 inches below average, even more closer to the Lake Erie shoreline, really showing that that lake effect snow machine did not get going last season. In terms of the average annual snowfall in Pennsylvania, the sweet spots come in the Laurel Highlands. In fact, Laurel Summit, about 142 inches for the season, about 105 inches in Erie, the same across parts of the, at least higher amounts, I should say, in the Northwest Plateau, 44 inches on average for the whole season in State College, lesser southeast. But remember, in this contest, we're not talking about the entire season. We're actually just talking about that first 1-inch snowfall event of the season. So let's flip back the calendars to last year. When did that occur? Well, it occurred on November 13th in Bradford, right around the middle of November as well in Erie. Pittsburgh, State College, Williamsport, and Scranton all fell on the same day last year. Harrisburg, it was just before the holidays. And again, Philadelphia never did see that first 1-inch snowfall of the season. In Allentown, it actually happened in mid-December. In terms of the climate normal, so keep this graphic in mind for when you're making your forecast. When do we typically see that first 1-inch snowfall of the season? Well, it typically occurs earliest in what we call sometimes the ice box of Pennsylvania. So Bradford, usually right around November 10th. Then in Erie, just before the Thanksgiving holiday. As we flip the calendar over to December, that first 1-inch snowfall typically occurs right around the 3rd of December in State College, just a day after in Pittsburgh, 10th in Williamsport, right at the 1st of the month actually in Scranton, closer to the holidays in Harrisburg and Allentown, but that first 1-inch snow of the season doesn't occur in the city of Philadelphia until the beginning of January. January 2nd is our normal. So let's hear more about those prizes. Marisa, we've got some exciting things that you could win.
That's right. So if you are the lucky person to guess the correct date of each of the 9 cities, the earliest, you have a chance to win a pretty sweet prize pack. Thanks to our friends at WPSU and PCN for putting together some prize packs of their swag. And then, of course, to our talented viewer who makes the pewter snowflakes. Again, that'll be a part of the prize pack. We'll be sending out one of those for each city. You can enter the contest, which notice Rob now has 2023 to 2024 snowflake contest because of that first average date now occurring in January in Philadelphia. Go to our website, weatherworld.psu.edu, click on that link, and again, those forecasts need to be submitted by October 31st.
And for those of you who may have watched the Weather World 40th Anniversary Special, you might have caught Paul Knight saying that this contest actually predates the show in its current format. So we've been doing this for over 40 years. We usually have a couple hundred people participate each year from other states, too.
Yeah, people tend to move out of Pennsylvania and they stay with the contest, so it's really exciting to continue that tradition with them.
Yeah, good luck making your forecast.
All right, we'll be back in a moment with more.